It was a cold, silent night. The village slept, but the bell rang out, low, deep, and haunting. Zuri's hands trembled as she stepped closer to the old bell tower. Then she saw him. The ghost. Kina. His face twisted with pain and anger, glowing in the dark. The air turned cold. She wanted to run, but his eyes, those eyes, held her frozen. Something was coming. Something dark. This was only the beginning. The ghost of Kina wasn't just a story the elders told. He was real. And now, they knew it. But how did it all start? It began long ago, with a betrayal that still haunted the village. Zuri's village wasn't always like this. It was once peaceful, where people lived and laughed under the sun. The bell was just a symbol of unity, calling people together. But all of that changed the day Kina, a respected warrior, was condemned to death. Kina was a strong warrior of the village. But he had enemies. One fateful day, they accused him of a terrible crime, the theft of a sacred artifact from the temple. Kina swore on his life that he was innocent, but no one listened. The elders ordered his execution, ringing the bell to mark his death. As the bell tolled for the final time, something in the air changed. The sky darkened, and a cold wind swept through the village. Kina's last words echoed through the square, "This village will know my pain." From that moment, the bell was cursed. Every time it rang, tragedy followed. Years passed. The village lived under the shadow of the cursed bell. Many believed it was just a story, but Zuri knew better. Her own brother had heard the bell one night and disappeared the next day, found lifeless by the bell tower. Zuri couldn't stand by and watch any longer. The ghost had to be stopped. She was determined to break the curse, even if it meant facing Kina's wrath herself. Zuri's heart raced as she remembered the ghost face. She had seen him. Kina's eyes were full of anger, but also pain. She knew now that there was more to this curse than anyone had told her. The village elders wanted to keep the past buried, but Zuri wouldn't. She would uncover the truth. And so, under the cover of night, she set out to the old bell tower, where it had all begun. The wind howled as Zuri crept closer to the bell tower. As she entered the tower, she saw strange markings on the stone walls. Symbols she had never noticed before. Her heart pounded as she traced them with her fingers, realizing these were the key to ending the curse. Zuri speaks softly to herself, determined, "I will end this." But before Zuri could react, the bell tolled again. Loud and clear. The ground shook violently. Kina's figure appeared, glowing, furious, and more powerful than ever. Zuri gasped, stumbling back. The ghost of Kina floated closer, his eyes burning with rage. Kina's ghost speaks in a deep, echoing voice, "You should not have come here." Zuri stood her ground, trembling but resolute. She had come too far to turn back now. Would Zuri find a way to break the curse, or would the ghost of Kina take his revenge once again?